Wentz hated this offense. The fans hated this offense. Don't you guys think that maybe we're all on the same page here? What is going on, guys? Your boy Joey Shake 72 coming to you guys with a video right now. So obviously we have some news on Carson Wentz, but like I say, take this with a grain of salt, guys. Take it all with a grain of salt, because so many reports come out on Wentz that you can't even believe anymore. And obviously Wentz hasn't requested a trade yet, but this is what Tim McMahon had to pretty much found some information out about Wentz in this offense. Quote unquote, Wentz became irritated when the freedom he had with the offense was largely stripped from him as injuries forced the coaches to simplify. His faith in Peterson's play calling was believed to be lost with it. I could probably believe it, to be honest with you, because how many times do we see Carson really kill a play? Maybe a few times, not much. And obviously gaining another 150 pounds, not being mobile, handicapping him, probably RG3ing him. You know what I mean? What RG3 happened to his rookie year, his first year with the Washington Redskins. It kind of, I don't know. After that year, that was it. And then handicapped him. The offensive line was bad, and he got destroyed, and pretty much, he got pretty much ruined after 2 years of the NFL. And with Carson Wentz here, I don't know if the relationship was fractured between Doug and Carson. And you know what? Maybe it wasn't in some aspects as people, but on a football professional level, probably not. All I could do is really see body language of Carson Wentz on the field. When Carson Wentz would go to the sideline, he'd get a little pat on the back from Peterson, and that was pretty much it. I never really saw, Doug and Carson, arm around each other and kind of talking about what's going on in the game. When Jalen Hurts became the quarterback, I really saw a whole different relationship between Doug and his quarterback when Jalen Hurts went in and Carson Wentz is on the sideline by himself, away from all the other players. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of different things that have happened this year that kind of just put a big question mark on it. Why is it like this? What actually happened? And where are we going with this as of right now? Because there's a lot of quarterbacks in the league now. They're going to try to get traded between Matt Stafford. Aaron Rodgers might stay with the Packers, but you never know. Jared Goff from the Rams. I mean, and then you have Carson Wentz here. That's pretty much, Deshaun Watson, Carson Wentz are having issues with their teams as of right now. And whether it's true, it's negative. And like I said, guys, take this video, this what I'm saying with a grain of salt, because I might be wrong. And obviously, I could be wrong. But this is just something to talk about. Good speculation to talk about here. Probably not. Probably Carson didn't like this offense the way it was being run, just because Carson's always been that guy to, call his own audibles and change things up if he wanted to, and if he was forced to gain weight, to be, to not be mobile. And that's one thing that hurts him, is Carson can't be Carson Wentz if he doesn't have any mobility. He's got a little bit of mobility, but you could definitely see a huge difference. I was watching a few days ago games from 2019, and I was like, where did he go? It's not even just his throwing, just him moving as a football player. It was just totally different than what he looked like in 2020. Okay, so there's a lot to really dissect here, and to really see that this quarterback seemed very lost and not knowing what to do, and it just affected everything. It affected everything, his throwing, his awareness, just his progression, his checkdowns, just everything. But obviously everything's on Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz didn't have a run game. I see it now. Like I didn't see it before, but I do see it a lot more now than I did see it when the season started. Obviously you had to wait and see what would happen, how this offense did look. And, Carson, not having a run game didn't help Carson Wentz at all. Barely running the ball 10 times a game. Barely. Okay, you want to make it an average. And as soon as Jalen Hurts came in, they ran the ball a lot. A lot of read options, and they had a lot of RPOs, and they got the run game in there because it was more to Jalen Hurts' skill set. But for Carson Wentz, I think you could do a lot more with him. The future of Carson Wentz is very uncertain, as well as Nick Sirianni is here, because I'm telling you right now, Nick Sirianni is in full control of this quarterback situation, regardless of Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman wanting Carson Wentz here. I hope this offseason is normal. I hope COVID doesn't affect this offseason, because we need an offseason. We need preseason games. We need rookie minicamp. We need minicamp, training camp, OTAs. We need it all this year. And part of this is obviously chemistry with the guys, because all these guys really did do this year, guys, was just show up to practice and just talk to each other, and that was it. There was no barely hanging out. There was no hanging out with everybody before, and Carson Wentz bringing everybody, on a trip and throwing the football around. Like, that didn't even happen this year because of what happened with COVID. And, guys were literally virtually showing coaches how they were working out, what they were doing. Maybe there was a couple players that were videotaping, that were meeting up together with masks on, and they were, working out, kind of at a 6 to 10 feet apart distance. Okay, so that's where it kind of affected. It was just a very bad offseason. And some teams benefited from it, and some teams just didn't. And obviously the Eagles didn't benefit from anything as well as the offseason. So there's a lot going on here. But there's no doubt in my mind that Carson was frustrated with this offense. And obviously with injuries coming, especially the offensive line is where we got killed the most with injuries and had to move guys. The offensive line moving 14 times in a year, which is you don't even know. I mean, you don't even hear about that. I mean, it's crazy with these injuries. Like, I haven't heard any news about health examiner or whoever else is going to get replaced. But this would be, if they change the medical examiner this year, it'd be the 4th time straight in 4 years that they do it. I mean, that's how bad it is. I mean, Jesus. I mean, this has got to stop with these injuries. It's not helping our quarterback. It's not helping our team win games. It's just not helping. The only benefit you get out of injuries is seeing what other guys could do. And obviously, I thought we saw some things from, John Hightower. I thought we saw some things from Quez Watkins later in the year. I thought we saw some things for a lot of players. Travis Fulgham, obviously. So sometimes injuries, and be honest, guys, the past few years we've had injuries, and sometimes we find those gem players that actually play well. But obviously the Eagles didn't really stick to any of those decisions, because Mulata started playing well, and then they benched him for Jason Peters. Maybe Travis Fulgham's playing well, and then Alshon Jeffrey gets healthy, and they put him in to take away snaps from John Hightower and Travis Fulgham. So it hurts the whole team besides Carson Wentz, but it's not helping Carson Wentz that he's got to deal with different receivers, then has to go back to receivers that haven't been great with him at all, but have looked better with Jalen Hurts, obviously. So something physically and mentally wrong in Carson Wentz's head, regardless of what's going on. And whatever the decision they make, I mean, from what I'm hearing, he's going to be the starting quarterback next year. But he hasn't stepped on the field this year yet. We don't know what our roster is going to look like, and you really can't tell the future right now. You really can't. I mean, look, there could be a possibility, guys, down the road. There could be a possibility Carson Wentz could be in a trade, but with all these other quarterbacks being traded right now, and obviously all these other quarterbacks are actually better. Deshaun Watson played better. Matt Stafford's played better than Carson Wentz on the money that he's getting. The money that Carson Wentz is getting, other players are playing better on it, but they're still playing bad. You know what I mean? They've had down years, but Carson had more of a down year than it's not even a down year. It's an embarrassing year. Okay. A bad year, a down year is a down year, but still an okay year. But the way he played this year was just unacceptable. And 2021 is going to be his last time, because if Nick Sirianni and Howie Roseman, and if they try to get this roster together and they make it as successful as possible around him as possible, Carson's really got no excuse. This is all on Carson Wentz in 2021 if he is the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay? That's the truth. And the truth sometimes hurts. There's definitely a chance he can get traded, but from what I'm hearing, if Nick Sirianni knows Carson Wentz isn't ready, he won't play. Trust me. He will not play. Because to be honest, if Carson Wentz is our starting quarterback this year, I'm giving this guy probably 2 games. Because if he plays 2 games where he gets 2 picks a game and he plays that bad like he has in 2020, then I don't know what to tell you. Because last year was just ridiculous how long they kept Carson in there. Even though obviously some of it's not his fault, but he's on the field and he's playing, and he's the one that's being quarterback right now. He's the one throwing the ball. The coaches aren't throwing the ball for him. It's on him at the end of the day. And if he plays like that, then yeah, things need to change. And it'd probably be easier to get, to take the dead cap space now and especially into 2022 as well. This way it's already done and it's over with, and you get past most of the majority of that dead money. But the more you hold on to him, the more you're going to lose. You know what I mean? The more you're definitely going to lose. You take a big hit now and next year, and you'll be almost out of it down the road. But keeping him is going to be more expensive, and obviously it's a big risk because I don't want to waste another year with having a good roster, or at least what I think is a good roster, and then obviously injuries pile up. Carson Wentz plays bad, and I don't know. But we just have to wait and see. But I definitely believe that Carson Wentz didn't like this offense. Even when Carson Wentz was doing play action, even when Carson Wentz was moving out of the pocket, he threw a pass like 1 or 2 yards behind, beyond the line, a 2-yard pass. I mean, it was route combinations where receivers were going on these route combinations. It was just all around just bad coaching. Not only Carson Wentz played that bad, but this offense, route combinations, just everything. How players are used, coaching aspect, horrible. This is why our whole coaching tree was rebuilt this year. We're still looking for a quarterback coach, and there are rumors that Nick Sirianni is looking for a senior offensive assistant as of right now. So, not to make this video too long, it's over 12 minutes, but let me know what you guys think about Carson Wentz, how he feels about this offense, this report coming out. I saw some other reports. He's not feeling the relationship with the Eagles. I'm not even getting into that. Like, trust me. Like, if he wanted a trade, he'd be out. He didn't ask for a trade. Nick Sirianni has already reached out to Carson Wentz as it is. So that's all I got to say, guys. Let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you guys later. Shakes code up, fly, peace out, guys. Peace.